you connect your past projects with what is happening now in Bucharest in this space for this exhibition that is opening tonight? Do you feel that there's any connection to your previous work and what you have done here?
So I was actually traveling before I came to Bucharest. So I went to Istanbul, and so as I tell you, I didn't want to come here with any fixed idea, or I wanted to like really work from the place. But then, like, and I had never been to Istanbul before, and then I got this idea. I wanted to work with something on the floor. Like. So, and then also this was kind of strong, and I also just had it around for some time, and then after a while being here, I decided to stay with this idea. The second room and the hallway is like it's part of the same room somehow. So in the hallway there is a trash bin with a fabric that is like the bag, and there are some words. So in the second room there is the ceiling. There is also a bed, and I also had this trash bin in there first, but then I decided to put it outside. So there is a strong connection between, but it's also, I think it again comes to like the private and the personal, and like what kind of space that also is, like, and in which way it's sacred. And so for the writing, I would write quite regularly, like, and I would also try to use like some of the ideas that I would have for like physical work to try to work with it in language instead, for example. And I worked with writing, and then I had texts, and then I was also starting to see how can I find a way through these texts somehow. So it was quite like a process, and I didn't know what's going to like come out of it. So, but then I think also, so Infrastructura, which is also the title for the show, it was this word that I would hear, that I would somehow also like find in a way that it's intrigued me, and it felt like this is important, like, and somehow I think it also it goes very well together with like artist writing somehow, and like the subjects that I'm interested in. I'm very curious to explore this actually, because I think I really enjoy the process of writing, and and I'm very curious about the possibilities. I was also thinking about like about perception, and about like being caught by something, and like that I enjoy very much observing, and like and I think also with the writing, I think then it's like I think it's like also for me to be like somehow interested in using the personal. It's like almost like philosophical to me to do this, like in a way, but like phenomenological, like to that you cannot somehow that you can know yourself. This like the gap between people, like that you cannot also like how much can you know about someone else? Like I think somehow then the personal is like is a way to also be able to look very closely and honestly in a way at things somehow. I had this moment when I noticed something with the pen and that I was writing with that like caught my attention, and I had this urge to capture this somehow. And this is how the photograph came about downstairs. And so it's also somehow about like perhaps more about chance that I didn't think about my work like this before, but I think it's also like this a lot like what comes in my way somehow. And yeah. And then for the second room, it is very much connected to the hallway, and it's a work in progress, and I have had this idea about a roof for quite some time, and I wanted to develop some works with this, and then I thought it was like a good occasion with the paintings and the ceiling, and I really enjoy the process of writing, and yeah, and I'm very curious about the possibilities.